Right, I've just got home and come to edit this video and realised for some reason I'd held the camera the wrong way round. The format came out alright. My options are go back to the workshop tomorrow and totally redo the video, or just this once you're going to have to put up with watching a little square because for some reason it got filmed in portrait, not landscape. Do apologise. Right. Let's get on with this video. See you in a bit. Well, hello man cavers. What are we going to do next? Roll them credits. Well, we need to find something to do. The compressor is now done. You've all seen that. You've seen it working. That's all fully working. Now, what project do you guys want to see next? I've got things to be doing, and I'm going to let you decide. Yes, I do this channel, but to be honest with you, I do it for you guys, so you can decide now what you want to see done. I'll give you a couple of options of what we've got lying about. We can do a revisit on this old 1970s generator that hasn't ran for 30 odd years. I did do a video on it the other week, but I think we've got to take the carb off and give it a good clean up and service. And that's dyno start as well, so you put a battery on there, hit the red button, and she sells start. So we've got that we can be doing. We can finish off the old 1919 Lister B commercial. What we did earlier on in the year. We've built the box. We need to put a coolant tank on this, get the coolant system plumbed in, and I can get this ready for next year's rally. If you remember a few months back, this was actually, we got this running for the first time in 50 odd years. So this one's running, but we need to sort the coolant system out. Or my old wheel horse. I have two wheel horses. I have this one and I have this one. This one's got the cutter deck. This is the bigger one. This is a Raider 12. Several of you have commented, what's the old wheel horse doing? If you're unfamiliar with wheel horses, if you think they're anything like British ride-on lawnmowers, think again. These have got angle iron, proper ladder chassis. They are not pressed tin. These are heavy, and these are like half as big again as a normal ride-on mower. I mean, the back wheel is knee height to me, so these are substantial mini tractors. That's a 12 horse. This one's a 10 horse. So we've got them to be doing. Under here, I have a Wolseley WD2, I think. Yep, there we go. There's a Wolseley WD2 under there. Hasn't even been started since before coronavirus. The last time that was running was a rally in 2019, I think the last time that was even uncovered. So we could just pull that out and see if that'll start. Let's have another wander about and see exactly what we've got we can be doing. Here we have. Right, there's something you haven't seen before. Look at this little bad boy. This is if you look, there's an engine built on the bottom of a pump. And that's an old army water pump. Now, somebody said they think it was an auxiliary pump off a Green Goddess fire engine. I don't know whether that would be an auxiliary pump, but we have a good outlet on there, good size outlet, good size inlet. So there's this thing. That's quite heavy. It's got a built-in little two-stroke engine. It turns, again, I've never had it running. Don't know if it sparks, know nothing about it. But really, that wants mounting on a metal frame to actually hold it. So we'd have to make up some sort of metal frame. Let's have a look over one of the other sheds. You know, this cough still hasn't fully gone yet. Is there anything else in this shed? I don't think so. What about this little nipper? A little tiny Get him out. I like this one. This here, that's a little tiny Model 0 34cc 2-stroke JAP engine. And she is tiny. Is she free? Yes. Well, the fuel tank has all gone Pete Tom on it. There you go. But that little thing there, like I say, 34cc 2-stroke, hasn't ran in absolutely years. Do you want to see that one going? Let's put him back. When I was 16, I used to collect, or when I was a schoolboy, I used to collect JAP engines. Don't know why I'm going that way. And I wanted the biggest to the smallest. That is the smallest JAP engine they ever did. And I'm not on about JAP the Speedway engines, I'm on about JAP the industrial engines. That's the smallest one. If we come round here, I got the second biggest one there. Did you want to see that thing going? That's a big old beast. That's the second biggest Jap they did. Under here, I think somewhere, if I come through and look under my bench, oh, it's a bit dark. Let's put a light on. There we go. What we got under? Ah, there's another pet of diesel under there. I didn't know that was there. An 11-horse Briggs. Do you know, there's stuff under here I forgot I had. Looked like a Quantum Briggs and Stratton, but there's a that's the biggest industrial Jap engine they made. About 600cc twin-cylinder petrol. But I haven't got a magneto for that, unfortunately. But I think under here somewhere, there is all the tin work for that. I'm sure the tin work for that is all under here. I'm sure that was complete when I got it. Let's have a look. Oh, yes. Oh, I think that's the tin work for it. Yeah, there's the tin work for it. There's the engine cover there. So, yeah, the tin work and the fuel tank. Yep, there's the fuel tank. That is all there for it. Or is that the fuel tank? I think that's the fuel tank. But we haven't got a mag for that, so that one might have to be put on hold till I can find a mag. Right, we need to have another jam about to see what else we can be doing. So I want you guys to decide. You can decide the next project. Right, we could go for a start of one of these old cars. This old Peugeot. I'm sure some of you guys will probably put the number plate in and check the MOT history and all that stuff. But it's been sitting there, I think, 12 years. It's only a 406, but that's a bit unusual because that's diesel, but it isn't the 1.9 diesel. That's actually quite an unusual model. That's got a 2.1 12 valve diesel in there. And that was a pretty rapid motor, I'll be honest with you, for old school. Pretty rapid motor. So we could try and fire that up. I mean, look at the moss. She has got a drift of moss. There's even moss and cobwebs growing out of the door handles. Ivy growing around the back of it. Exhausts on the top. But yeah, this thing hasn't been, this hasn't been ran for at least 10 years. I can't remember, 10, 12 years, something like that. It's been a long time. We could try and start that. We have the two Fords, the Mondeo and the Scorpio. Could try and start one of them, but damp winter, it's often not the best time to start petrol cars. This one's diesel, so I don't like the chances of either of them starting easily because they'll be covered in condensation and there's far too many electrics. But that thing, we stand a chance of getting that one going. What else have we got? Right, let's have a look over here. So if you want to see cars start, we could start one of them. We could try and start this old Rover. Now this is a bit more old school. We might stand a chance of getting this one going. Yes, it's V8. It has the twin SUs. And it again, oh crikey, it's been sitting here for, I mean, it's nearly buried. It's been sitting there for absolutely donkey's years. A tree fell on it years ago, and that's why there's no windscreen in it. But I say it is, you can see that bonnet hasn't been up for years. Cool, that bonnet's seized. There, so she's got the V8 in it. So we could try and start this thing. We could do the camper. There's stuff need doing inside the camper. As you've probably all seen before, you have to excuse the mess in here, but it really isn't as bad as it looks. We've got to finish putting the kitchen in. That sink there and the bits and pieces, the worktop need cutting to be mounted on. This is just the offcut I put there. So we could be finishing the camper off inside. These are all things we can do over the winter. Just finish this off, decorate these 2 panels, and the rest of it is pretty much good. I mean, I have got to do the body work on it, but that's got to be a summer job. Of course, we have got to paint the outside of this. The cover's really good apart from this bonnet, so I do have to replace that bonnet. But look through the windscreen, there is a really good metal bonnet there that I've got for it. Do you want to see this thing started? The old Lister CS diesel. Look at that bad boy. Oh my God, there's spiders. And I don't like spiders. Look at him, he's a big one. 6 horsepower, Lister CS diesel. We could try and fire that puppy. Again, been sitting there years. Where are we going now? Da, 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 da. What could I be? I'm trying to think now. Is there anything else in these sheds? Let's have a look through this shed. Oh, see what we've got in this shed. Right, where are we? There's Dad's old Mark II Jag. This has been sitting here since 1984. When it broke down, the AA recovered us home. Dad reversed it in this shed, and it's sat here ever since. Have we got anything in here, was? I think, I don't know whether we can get that old Tecumseh engine. Well, I ain't got a clue. We got an engine there. We got an old Marina engine there. It was took out of a 19,000 mile Marina years ago, because my dad used to run Marina vans. And I remember he bought a Marina car for spares once and took the engine out and sat here. And he never used it. What's under there? Oh, there's old starter motors, differentials. Oh, there's an old lawnmower there, look, with an old kickstart Villiers on it. Well, look at the black and white TV, she run on gas. So we're having a look at what... Oh my God, we've got some sticks growing through the shed. You love our buildings here, don't you? They're lovely. Right, what else have we got? What else can we be doing? I have got to do an oil change on the XK8 as well. I need to do a small engine service on that, just sort of, you know, oil and filter change. I've done the air filter on that when I first got it. Spark plugs were done about 20,000 miles ago, so they should be good. This one, I've got to go for MOT with this in a month. I think that's got about a month's worth of MOT left. Now I know I have to do a driver's side dry shaft on it. So that's got to be done in the next month. Did you want to record me doing the driver's side dry shaft? If not, I won't bother recording it. What have we got in the shed over here? Let's have another look. If you wonder what car is under here, this is one of my dad's old cars. It's a Fiat. Fiat. I always get the Tipo and the Uno muddled up. Punto, that's the one. That's a Fiat Punto under there. As you can see, it's in the bright yellow. What makes this car? I know you're all going, oh my God, that's a load of shit, because it's a Fiat. Well, when you see what model it is, look at that, Punto HGT. These things are like hen's teeth. They did a Punto Sport, which was a 1200 or something. This is an HGT. It's got an 1800 16 valve in there, and it absolutely flies. Absolutely flies. I think that's a 2000, and my dad used to use it, and he stood it up and put a cover over it because he thought that'll get rare in time. Well, it's just about there. HGT Puntos don't exist anymore. What's in this shed? Very little. But I think there's some engines down the bottom. Oh crikey, if I fight my way past the bicycles and everything else. Oh, here we go. What we got here? We have a 70s Honda, another 70s Honda, the JAPS. There's another JAP. So we had that little one, which was the smallest. I used to have a 2A, but I give it away. The next model up was this one, the 3. Then you had the 4. This is another 4. No, that's a 3, a 3F, a 4. And then that other big red one was a 5. And then the big one was a 55. So I've got all the size JAPs. So do you want to, and these haven't been run for donkey's years. That one looked like a carburetor's missing. That one looked complete. Tin worker's gone, but I'm assuming that's probably here somewhere. That one down there. No, that ain't right. But we can get one, we can try and get one of these old JAPs going. That one's even got the magneto on it. But where the covers are for it, I'm not sure. Look what I spotted. Look what I spotted. Yeah. There is the cover for that engine. So that's another one we could get going. And if there's anything else you spot on this video which I've not mentioned, just mention it. But what do you want to see going? What do you want to see done next? So, like I say, this is your channel. I do it for you guys. There's an old Petter A1 there. And she has been sitting for a long time. Seized up. Sea solid. But it might come to it. So, this is going to be it for this video. What do you guys want to see done? Might as well show you this. Do you want to see the Reliant Robin started? That is a Reliant Rialto pickup truck, which was converted from an estate car to a pickup for the year 2000 celebrations. When this used to have, I'll tell you what they did, they got an estate car and it was converted in 2000 and it was used in a festival to celebrate the millennium. Whether that's still on YouTube, I don't know, but I know when I got it, the guy said, if you YouTube Reliant Robin as Rudolph, you'll see it. And they'd basically put some big wheels in the back of it, covered the whole thing in like a grey fur, put some horns on it, or some ears or something, and a red light on the bonnet, and they dressed this thing up as Rudolph and used it as a display car. When I got it, it had been all that had gone, and it had been hand painted then in like a black plastic paint, which was horrible. And it had a box on the back with only rugs and carpets. Yeah, only fools and horses, only rugs and carpets. And the guy had used it as a mobile carpet cleaning business. I bought it. I did this wacky metal flake paint job on there in a Suzuki orange, with my trademark frog. Every time I spray a car in a wacky paint scheme, I always put a frog on it. And normally a few stars. It's just what I've done several custom paint jobs on cars, and I've always somewhere put a frog on them. We have the little wind deflector, the little windscreen deflector on there. And yeah, we could try and get this thing going. When's the last time I used this? 8 years ago, I think. I think my daughter was a baby last time I used this, and she's 10 now, so yeah, well, we could be doing that. So, out of all these things I've showed you, what would you like to see done? The choice is yours. The most votes will win, and we will do whatever the most votes get. So yeah, I hope you can remember what we've looked at. We've basically got one of the JAPS engines. We have the old Briggs, that Briggs generator. The old Lister B need a cooling system. We could cold start the Peugeot or the Rover. We've got that old fire pump. We've got the camper van. Several maintenance jobs to do on the two cars. Yeah, what would you like to see? Drop it in the comments, and the most comments or the most votes will win, and we will be doing that job. So yes, I'm going to leave the video here now, because as I know the lovely compressor is finished. Yeah, I don't really know what to do. Such a lot to be getting on with, and I don't want to go buying any more projects when I've got so much stuff lying about. I don't see no point going out and spending more money on buying stuff when I've got all these things I need to finish. So, right, I'm going. Sorry the video's all talk, and I hope I'm sounding a bit better now, apart from a little sniffle. I feel alright, so we're getting there. Right, I'm off. See you next time. Bye bye for now. Ha ha. We could also do a revisit on this Ruston PB9. The one I put on the trolley. Needs finishing. Can't get it to run for longer than about 30 seconds because it floods itself. And if you leave the petrol switched on, petrol will, after a few minutes, run out of the exhaust. This is like flooding itself. So what's going on with that, I don't know. If you put petrol in that carb, it'll start up. It'll run sweet as a nut. And after about 10 seconds, you'll hear it start to flood. And then it'll eventually peter out. You'll take the plug out and it'll be wet. So we have got this to be finishing. I've got to investigate why. And do the highlighted writing as well. We've got to highlight that Ruston Hornsby. So we could be doing that. That's another thing we could be doing. So, yes, I'm splicing this bit into the video because I'd forgotten about that one. In case you're wondering why there's a snitch. Ha! Let's get over the other shed.